Hey you guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Melody and I'm a contemporary fiction author, and I am so excited to share this video with you guys because I love this outlining method. This is this right here. I don't know if you can see this, but this right here is a finished story. And I just love it. It's so beautiful. And I've got all the sticky notes, all the scenes here. And I've had this story finished for months. And I still have all the sticky notes on here. I don't want to take them down. It looks so pretty. I mean, all this hard work just, it's just so beautiful. But anyway, I thought I would share with you guys the way I outline with sticky notes. Ever since I've started doing this, I have finished stories much faster, and I'm a slow writer. This method right here helps me keep track with things like timeline and point of view and obviously scenes. And because they're sticky, if I need to move a scene, that's pretty easy. So I'm going to show you guys how I do this. And it may work for you, it may not work for you. I would say I am more of a plotter than a pantser. I'm kind of somewhere in the middle because I don't plan out every single thing, but I definitely have to know where I'm going. So I'm not one of those people that can just write a scene, and only very occasionally can I write a scene and it just surprises me. I usually like to know where I'm going, and this method helps me with that. So I'm going to show you how. Alright, so you need a few things. First of all, you need to get this trifold board. You can get it at Dollar General. This is where I got it. It was like, it was like a couple bucks. I mean, it was at the dollar store. It was super cheap. And then, of course, you need obviously sticky notes in a variety of colors. I get the super sticky Post-it notes. Now, this is where you don't want to go to the dollar store and get Post-it notes, because those cheap dollar store Post-it notes, they don't stick. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you have it stuck there, and then it like starts to like fly off and peel off, and no, don't get those, because you're going to be resticking these a lot, so you need something that's sticky. So I specifically get the Post-it name brand, and you'll see on it says super sticky. Those are the ones I like to get. So I like to get more of the yellow because I use more of the yellow, obviously, but I get colors too, and I'll show you what I use the other colors for. And you could even decide that you want to use colors for other things too. So this is what I love about this sticky note method. I mean, you can tailor it to what you need to do, so it's great. Alright, so a couple other things that you might need. You might need some highlighters. You might need a calendar. I know I do. Well, okay, obviously you need a pen. And, alright, so that's what I've got in my box here. And alright, I hope you guys can see this. This is so awesome. Alright, so this right here is my Zach and Amanda story. It's a romance. And this is so weird because I wrote this story right before the pandemic. And it's a story about this woman who does not leave the house. Not for like any virus or pandemic reason or anything. She's got other issues. But she doesn't leave the house. So then it was like when we were in lockdown, and I'm trying to think of things that my character might like to do. I kind of got a lot of ideas because I was at home too. So, alright, so this story takes place, I just picked a random year. I just picked the calendar that I had. This story takes place from April to July. And I like to use these little pink sticky notes right here. I like to use these for the months. Really helps me keep on track. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I think keeping track of the timeline in your story is so important, because if you don't keep track of it, you can really let it, if you don't keep track of it, it's really easy to not realize what you're doing. Like you might like have like 2 Mondays in 1 week, or you know, if you happen to mention like a holiday that's on a specific day, and then you mention like another holiday on a specific day, and someone like could look on a calendar and like call you out on it because it's wrong, or you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just very important to keep track of time in your story, because you don't want to run into one of those situations where, you know, yesterday was Tuesday and then tomorrow it's Saturday, and you don't want to do that. All right, so I got right here like April, and then I have the first scene right here. Each scene gets a sticky. Okay, I say each scene. If you have like some scenes that kind of go together and you know you're not going to move them anywhere else, like you know, these are all the mountain cabin scenes or whatever, you know, you can put it on one sticky note. But I just like to put like a little short description like right here, just so I know what the scene is about. It doesn't have to be much, just as long as you know what the scene is about. Right here in this corner, I have written the date. I got Wednesday, April 15th. All right, so I know the story starts on a Wednesday, so tomorrow is not going to be Saturday, right? Unless, of course, you know, I go start a new chapter or something, right? Okay, so in addition to these little sticky notes, you probably cannot see this. I'll hold this up. All right, so I've got right here, I don't know, is it backwards? I can't tell if it's backwards or not because I'm doing the selfie cam. Okay, right here I've got, it's highlighted in blue. This is a romance novel. So romance novels, if you're not familiar with the genre, a lot of times it's told from 2 point of views. You got your hero's point of view and you got your heroine's point of view. So I like to do like the blue ones as the guy's point of view. So like Zach starts off the story. And then all the ones that are in pink are Amanda's point of view. And I like keeping track of that. I like doing it that way because that way I can know like, oh, I've had like way too many scenes in like Amanda's point of view, and like we need to like have Zach chime in and see what's going on with Zach, right? So if you have multiple point of views in your story, that's a good idea. You know, you can highlight them. You can use your highlighter. You could even use like a different color sticky note if you want to, if that's easier for you. It's easier for me to just use the yellow ones because I know those are all the scenes, right? Now you're probably wondering, what do these blue sticky notes mean? And honestly, they're pretty much the same as the yellow scenes. There's really nothing any special about them, but when I was writing the story, I would like sometimes get an idea, but I wouldn't have like a specific idea of when that scene was going to happen, or sometimes I just wanted to make a note to myself and be like, hey, you know, make sure you have a scene in the grocery store, you know, something like that. And so sometimes I would write things on blue sticky notes because, you know, maybe I wasn't sure about those or just didn't know where it would fit. And then by the time I got into the point in the story where that scene came into play, that's when I would put it on the board. So, like I say, this is a finished story, and I'm like so excited about it. Each little pink note, see, I got my months here. I've got, you know, the days, you know, on the ones. I usually don't write the date on every single sticky note, but like just, you know, okay, these are all the ones that happen on Saturday, and then you know, I go to the next day or you know, my story, you know, whatever. But yeah, this is how you do it. Now, I've got like other ones that are in progress. So this is just what a finished one looks like. So hang on just a second and I will show you some more. All right, so I'm back and I have another board that I have like so many of these foam boards and trifold boards and all those things. It's crazy. But this is a story right here that I have not started yet. Okay, actually that's a lie. I've written like maybe like 2 paragraphs in it. You know, but I don't really consider that story started yet because I really haven't finished a scene yet. So usually what I do is when I first start out, first of all, the very first thing I do before I even go to the board is I make an idea list. So, you know, pull up your Word document or your Google document. I like Google Docs. Pull up your Google document or whatever. Pull up your document and you make a list of any little idea that comes into your mind. Any little idea for your story. Put it down. Then, when you're ready, what you'll do is you'll write each scene that you got on your idea list on a sticky note. Now, obviously this is not every scene in my book because I haven't figured out every scene in my book. See, when I said that I'm kind of not exactly all the way a planner, but I'm not like a pantser either. I'm kind of like somewhere in the middle. But I'm more of a planner than a pantser. Okay, so this is a story, like I say, that I've not really started yet. And once I've got a good selection of scenes written out, and I usually like stick them like on this side of the board. And I leave this side of the board blank. Because what's gonna happen is, I'll show you this. I have another board. Alright. This is another story I'm working on. This is the Rachel and Chase story. I've got like 15,000 words in this story, like right now. Okay, I was actually wrong about that. It's not 15,000 words, it's 7,000 words. I way overestimated how much I had completed in that story. It's 7,000 words, but I do have 15,000 words in another one of my stories. I think it might be the Anna story. Yeah, anyway, so that was just bugging me, so I just wanted to make this little correction. Alright, back to the video. And I've got all these little scenes like right over here that I don't know where they're gonna happen yet. I don't know when in the story these scenes are gonna happen. But as I finish a scene, what I do is I add them to this side of the board. So once you finish a scene, you just move it to this side of the board, and then like you kind of get this visual effect. You can see, wow, like look, I've got like all these scenes done, you know. I got like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I got 11 scenes done for this story. So that's pretty awesome. And then I've got like scenes that are upcoming and everything. And I'm hoping it's gonna look like that other board, right? Like I can't wait till I get like this whole thing like filled up. And so this story right here. Okay, so this story right here, the one that I finished, this one came in about, I think it came in at about 82,000 words. I don't even remember. Maybe I'll have to like look that up and let you know. But that gives you an idea of like how long of a story. So this is probably, yeah, about an 80,000 word novel. And can you even see the whole board? Like, this is awesome. I love this board so much. Okay, now I'm working on one more story. Now you don't have to use a trifold board. You could also use a foam board, and I use these too. So this is for my Anna series. This is the 3rd story in my Anna series. It's the summer story. And this is going to be a shorter story because it's kind of it's a young adult book. So it's really not too long. I don't expect it to be too long. I'm thinking maybe this book will end up being 45,000 words. So I probably will fill this board up and maybe like some on the other side, because it's got two sides. You can use either side if you want to, you know, if you run out of space. But yeah, so same thing. These are the scenes that I finished, and these are the upcoming scenes that I am working on. So this really keeps me on track. I can look at this and I can visually see how much I've done and how much more I have to do. So I just love this method so much. And this is not a method that I made up or anything. Well, some of the stuff I guess is mine. I just made up. But other people do this too. I mean, you can go online and you can go to Google and Google like outlining with sticky notes, and you'll find like a whole ton of stuff that comes up. And so other people do this method too. This is just how I do it. You know, you don't even have to use one of these boards. You could use the wall if you want to. But the reason why I like to use the boards instead of the wall is because I have a 6-year-old niece, and I've been doing this outlining method for a while. So for a while there, she was 4. And if you've ever been around a 4-year-old, if she sees something like this, she would just like start tearing them off, because she sees a sticky note. Even today, like she's 6 years old now, and she loves to play with sticky notes. So I just didn't want like this beautiful board to be ruined. So this is why I use a trifold board. I can just like, you know, fold it back up and I can tuck it away in the closet. So it's portable. It's portable. I can move it around. I like it. So I guess that's pretty much it. I've actually, if you want to know more about this method, I also wrote a blog post on it on my old blog. I say old blog because I don't really update that blog anymore, but I will link in the comments below or in the description. I will link in the description below a link to that blog post if you want to read more about my method. I mean, that's pretty much, I pretty much just talked about the whole thing, but if you want to see like more pictures and things, so I'll link to that blog post if you want to check it out. And what I want to know is, have you tried this method before? Or do you want to try this method? Like, I would be really curious. Like, if you try it out, let me know how it goes. Or if you already do something like this, or if you do something similar, let me know too. I think it's really cool to see how other writers plan their stories out. And so this has definitely been my favorite method. I absolutely love doing this. I just can't stop talking about it. It's just so beautiful. I like this board. All right, you guys, I guess I will talk to you later. And if you enjoyed this, if you found it entertaining, give me a like, subscribe to my channel, turn the bell notification on, I guess is what they say on these YouTube videos. Anyway, all right, guys, I'll see you later. Bye.